There are many types of managerial positions in business, and one that has become a high-growth field is technology management. Technology has become a driving force in virtually every aspect for many industries. A manager of a team of mechanical and/or electrical designers in the technology field will require both people skills and technical knowledge to effectively manage the group. People skills refer to communication, coaching, mentoring, and dealing with employees' personal growth in their career. Many times, a person is promoted to the managerial position from an individual contributor role because of their past performance. So while they may have mastered the technical requirements for the job, they will need to use people skills to manage a team. Good communication skills are required to disseminate information, which includes priorities and objectives, to the entire team in a way that is clearly understood. The benefit of distributing information in a group venue is that everyone receives the same pertinent information at the same time. If the information is confusing to one individual, it may be unclear to more, so this is a good opportunity to clarify the facts. Direct reports need to know what is expected of them from a manager and company point of view. Otherwise, they could head down the wrong path with respect to their work output, which can lead to frustration, besides wasting time and money. If the presentation of information is in the form of a PowerPoint slideshow, it would be in the best interest of the manager to save the presentation and make it available to team members for future reference, or as training material for new employees. It also serves as confirmation that the information was provided if there is uncertainty in the future. Communication is considered successful if the intended message is received and clearly understood. Strong leadership is a characteristic required for a manager to develop a successful team. At some point in a technology manager's career, they were probably an individual contributor. One of the most difficult hurdles to overcome in the transition from worker to manager is the delegation of tasks. A leader needs to build his or her trust in team members. This includes allowing them the freedom to take risks and make mistakes. A manager that coaches and teaches their direct reports in product details, company processes and procedures, as well as being responsive and resolving issues, will build their confidence as a manager with leadership abilities. A key item to effectively managing a team is to learn how each team member wants to be managed and manage accordingly. Some people may like a lot of direction, so they will check in often, while others will work independently and need little guidance. Everyone responds differently to different leadership styles. A manager needs to know their employees well enough to treat them in a way to get the best out of each person. Communicating is more than just giving directions or providing information. It also includes listening. A good manager will provide their employees the opportunity and encouragement to voice their opinions and ideas, as well as provide constructive feedback. This process will build trust between a manager and direct reports, which is needed for a good working relationship. Scheduling periodic one-on-one meetings with each individual will give the employee the opportunity to discuss any subject or concern in a private setting. Feedback, whether it is positive or negative, needs to be given to direct reports on a timely basis and in a constructive manner. An appraisal should also be given at the completion of each project or monthly, so the employee can work on improving their performance. One assessment at the end of the year is not fair to the worker because they may think they are doing a satisfactory job, but in the eyes of their supervisor, they may be performing below expectation. A manager should solicit feedback from their direct reports regarding their view on his or her performance as a manager to gain insight on improving as well. The first step in monitoring performance is to collect the required data. Three possible areas to measure could be accuracy rate, adherence to schedule, and innovation or improvement contribution. The accuracy of an individual's output needs to be measured to monitor their progress and gain an understanding for the quality of their work. Errors should be noted and reviewed with the individual and team to ensure they understand the mistake to avoid repeating the error. The tracking of mistakes can reveal problem trends, at which point a manager can dedicate the resources to solve the recurring issue. Standard procedures or designs can be created and implemented to eliminate future problems. Each team member needs to be monitored with regards to meeting commitments. The employee should be consulted when the manager sets the work schedule, so the individual has buy-in and takes ownership for their portion of the project. Adherence to the schedule needs to be recorded and documented to track worker performance. Improvement tools and automating labor-intensive tasks can be implemented to increase the speed of each employee. Continuous training in the product or software can increase a person's skills. While standards and policies and design guides are intended to create a uniform product, they are not meant to discourage new suggestions or creative ideas. A manager can make continuous improvement a core competency for the entire group to instill a sense of innovation. A person needs the proper tools to perform their job. Some of the design software requires a computer with a more elaborate platform than the average personal computer. A computer without the recommended hardware may not perform adequately, which can cause frustration for the operator in the form of lags, crashes, or loss of work. There are numerous software packages on the market for people in the mechanical and electrical design field. A company or department manager needs to extensively research software to ensure it meets the requirements for their particular application. Automation of the software is the key to improving accuracy and reducing time to produce output. Project Lifecycle Management, or PLM, is a process or system used to manage the data and design process associated with the life of a project or product, from conception through manufacturing and for future reference. These information systems are critical for the storage and distribution of data pertaining to projects or products. Proper training to team members so they have a thorough understanding of the company's processes is essential to their ability to perform their daily activities. An effective manager will instill the importance to follow standard processes and procedures to create consistent and uniform products. One approach to ensure all aspects of a project is completed without any portion being forgotten through the use of checklists. Checklists are used by certain hospitals to make sure the surgical procedure is performed correctly, so it seems only logical to use them in other fields to make sure all aspects of a project have been addressed. This is an example of a checklist that could be used by a mechanical designer. To ensure all designers in the department are producing output in a similar manner, procedures can be written and referenced to document the methods or standards for each task required for each project. Referencing standard design guides within a project checklist is a good way to ensure there is proper documentation in place for each team member to follow. Standard design guides and procedures make training new personnel more organized and consistent. A team leader will need to possess a full understanding of the processes and procedures used by the team to produce their output. Technical knowledge relates to the final product and all the processes, hardware, and software required to produce the necessary output from the department. In order for an employee to be a valuable contributor to the department, they need to possess a good understanding of the product they are producing. A manager may be knowledgeable in a few areas of the manufactured goods, but might not necessarily be an expert in all phases of complex products. A manager can mentor a team member with respect to the areas of the product in which they are knowledgeable, and use other members of the company to instill their knowledge of other aspects of the product. A good manager may not know all the answers to every question, nor should they be expected to possess this knowledge, but they will know where to go to obtain the required information. A team is devised of people that probably come from different backgrounds and cultures. A diverse workforce is a good way to obtain different ideas and perspectives which aid in the area of innovation, but along with that comes the possibility of personality conflicts. Acknowledging that individuals have differences is the first step to resolving a conflict. Team members need to communicate their differences in a mutually respectful way. A truly cohesive team will enjoy the open flow of communication between each member to generate ideas and share information. Any tips or hints a person discovers should be immediately shared with the group to enhance everyone's performance and improve the team. Brainstorming is a good tool that helps generate creative solutions to a problem instead of the established patterns of individual thinking. A manager should not micromanage. A true leader will teach someone how to think, not what to think. An effective manager should teach employees how to be creative and provide a vision of the end result, then let them figure out how to get there. Managers in the field of technology that have responsibility for leading mechanical and/or electrical designers need to have the knowledge of the product that is being produced, as well as the system used by their employees in the design and creation process. Besides having the technical skills and experience, they will also need to have or acquire good communication skills to relate to their workers on a personal level. A manager needs to create an environment that is conducive to the free flow of ideas without fear of ridicule or failure. It is up to the manager to provide the necessary tools for each individual and team for the best possibility to succeed.